Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gents. Hope everyone is well. Who have we got in this morning? Indy, how you doing, buddy? I'm going to get that right. Hariminda, is that right? Harminda? I think that's right. Looking at your chart, the gorilla trader would say we have leg break, so buy. You only risk 2 points or so. Do not let them scare you. Yeah. I've considered trying to signing up just for a month and just having it in the background, and just having a look, because I've been struggling. I'll tell you about it in a minute anyway. But hey, how you doing, Roger? How you doing, Scruffy? So yesterday, I waited for about 2.5 hours, nice and patiently, and took a poor trade in the middle of a range. Should have known better. And then I took another trade shortly after. And to cut a long story short, when I finished the stream, I carried on trading and ended up blowing my accounts. So I felt physically sick yesterday. So I've been trying to come up with some ways. My issue is more the psychological side. The trading side I'm okay with. I'm still learning, but I'm getting there, and it's just the psychological side just seems to cripple me. And it's always I come back later. So I'm back to I'll tell you about it anyway, but I'm basically back to a couple of valuations. I'm going to try something a bit different this time around. I'm going to go for 2 PAs, and I'm going to trade them separately on maybe consecutive days. So I'll trade the 1 PA the one day, the next day. Or what I might do, I haven't decided yet. I might trade one account. If I lose a trade on that account, I'll switch over to the other account. In other words, I'm starting afresh. And then if I lose another trade there, I pack in for the day. So the worst damage I can do is lose one trade on either account. And it spreads the risk a little bit. Just having one PA account, it's like all or nothing, isn't it? So don't just end the stream with 2 losses. People will stop you. Well, what I'll do is I'll switch over onto a demo. But I'm struggling with the psychological side, the revenge trading. I didn't know whether to say nothing, but to be honest with you, part of me being here is you sort of send me at me worst, and you send me at me most successful. So I wanted to I thought it was useful to show it, because other people who are going to go through it, it may help them, or it may make them feel better, like they're not on their own. Sometimes you sit in your room and think, oh, is it just me? I know it's not. I know there are people out there, but you always think you're worse than everybody else. So I thought I'll just be honest and just say I traded later. And I got to the stage where I was just doubling up, and I went up to 10 accounts, and I just went mad. I just could not control it. Hey DJ, how you doing? And it's almost like someone takes over. So I don't seem to have problems really passing the evaluations. The evaluations, I think, are relatively straightforward. It's just the PA account. Obviously, there's a bit more pressure then. So if I do just two accounts at the same time at evaluations, and then when I pass them on to PA, hey Angela, how you doing? When I go on to PA, I'll trade them separately. So I'm spreading the risk really, and it's not going to have such a sort of a big effect on me. But it is so frustrating. I felt, I don't know, I had a lump in my throat yesterday. I felt physically sick. It's a horrible feeling. I've had it before plenty of times. But fortunately, overnight, I sort of chill out a bit, and I come back, feeling pretty good. But I think that's the problem sometimes when you've just got one PA. That's it, isn't it? It's all, shit or bust, as they say. So I thought I'll just start with 2 evaluations. I'll pass 2 PA accounts, and I'll trade them individually. So I'll trade one day, one the next, something like that. I won't trade them on the same day unless so for instance, if I'm trading one of the accounts and I have a loss, I'll switch on to the other account. So theoretically, then I've got a fresh account. Now, if I took another loss, then the worst damage I've done is took one loss on each account, which is half as bad, if you like. So it just takes that pressure off, I think. Just my 2 cents, Lance, but lately I've thought you seem overly cautious in the morning. Then when you get impatient later in the day and take a trade, you shouldn't. Just my impression, not knocking you. Yeah, I think you're probably right there, mate. Yeah, what I tend to do is look back on some of the other streamers, because they're the only ones that shown their trades, and see what trades. So there was a trade the other day, it was a triple test, and I ummed and ahed about it, but I left it. And then the more I looked at it in the afternoon, it looked like a perfect setup. And a couple of other streamers took it, and it came down and had a beautiful thing. But I think what I need to do is just have a little bit more confidence. Have a little bit more confidence. Do you know what I mean? If that makes any sense. But I thought if I go for 2 evaluations and 2 PA accounts, if I trade them separately, I've spread the risks, and I haven't got all my eggs in one basket, if that makes sense. So it is frustrated. Those 2 losses just crippled me yesterday. I just could not control myself. Last night I really couldn't. The splitting of PA accounts. Yeah, I think the thing I like about it is if you lose one trade, you swap onto the other account. And if you lose a trade again, that's my 2 losses for the day and I'm finished. Or I go on to a demo. But what I have done is only lost one. Oh, I kind of like that. It's like a triple test, isn't it? No, let's leave it a minute, just in case it is going up. So what I've effectively done is I've only lost one trade per account. So it's not that bad. You know what I mean? So it just takes the edge off it. So I've got to do something. I mean, they say the definition of insanity is to do the same thing every day and expect a different outcome. And that's what I've been doing lately. So also what I'm doing as well is there's a trading psychologist that I watch quite a lot. I've actually had a couple of chats with her through the internet. And I've got her on standby here. So what I'm going to do is if I take a loss, I'm going to take a 3-minute break. Excuse me a second. No, it's all right. Once, 2, triple test, lower entry. No, let's leave it.
Order cancelled.
So I'm going to drag her in quickly. So that's her there. I've got it where I need it to be, which says what it is. It's dissociation. It's this, it's that, it's the other. So what I'm going to do is if I take a loss, I'm just going to take a 3-minute break. And I'm going to drag this in and just play it for myself and switch the mic off a second and just try and just be aware of what's happened, because I have to do something with this psychological, because I've got enough skills to be able to trade and make money. The bit that does me the damage is when I have a loss. Now, we all have losses. It's a fact of life, but I'm struggling to deal with them. So I've got to try and do something. So I've got 2 evaluations now. So I don't seem to have a problem passing evaluations. They seem to be pretty straightforward. So I'm going to go for just 2 evaluations. I'm not going to go for 3 counts, 6 counts or whatever. Just 2 evaluations. And if I do take a loss, I'll switch on to the other account. So what I'm doing is the worst loss scenario in a day is 2 losses. That's only 1 loss on each account. So it takes the sting out of it and it spreads the risk. Speedy be strong, Lance. We've all been there. Yeah, I blew up so many accounts as well. Still trying to make it work, but trying 1 or 2 trades a day. That's it. But I am struggling big time to do that. Yeah, it's not easy, mate, is it? You know, I feel a bit embarrassed, really, but I didn't want to. I see so many traders posting trades and posting charts, and they never post their struggles. So I think it's important to show people that, you know, we all find it hard from time to time, and we all blow accounts. So I didn't want this stream just to be all roses. I wanted it to show you the dirt as well. You know, some of the you know.
Order filled.
Sorry. 1, 2, triple test. Spike and channel, channel break. Let's put that there. Looking for a new high, so I'll come back to it again in a minute. One leg up, two legs up. Try go low once. Let me have a look. I'm seeing that as a triple test. Both accounts are triggered. Let me have a look. I haven't jumped in here, have I? Okay, so trying to go low once, twice. Okay, I might not have been concentrating what I'm doing there. Let's have a look. I think we're okay. It looked like a triple test to me, that's why I went in there. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3. Oh no. Okay. Right. This is a failed breakout. I'm going to get out of this if I can. Let's have a look. Hold on. Hold your horses. Let's see if it takes that out. We got a channel break. Let me concentrate on what I'm doing. Saw a triple test there. 1, 2, 3. Bullish bar. Let's see if I'm lucky here. If we can get above there, I think we're laughing. That's a second entry now. We need to get above there. It's held now quite nicely there. Now, part of me wants to get out of it, but if we can get above there, I think we're okay. Let's gonna make a new high here.
Stop filled.
Good grief. Okay. Well. Okay. Oh, I so nearly dropped it then. That's unusual, isn't it? I thought that was going places. Okay. I just saw this one, and this one. That one, and that one. Short-term trend channel break, new high. Wow, look at that. That just took out the stops, didn't it? Let me think about what I'm doing here. Okay. All right. Okay, let's think about what I'm doing here. Oh, I lost my concentration there. It's all right. Sorry about that. It's all right. I lost my foot in there a bit. I saw that one. Bullish bar there. Bullish bar there. Bullish bar there. Once, twice, 3 times. Actually, when it broke above there, I thought we were going to make a new high there. Okay, I just saw short-term trend channel, spike and channel, break, new high. Okay. And then that came down rapid, just literally tick below there. That's frustrating, isn't it? God, this trading business is so frustrating sometimes, isn't it? Okay, moving on. Let's try and forget that happened. So we had this channel, we had a break, 2 pushes down to a no low. Looked like a spike and channel break. I expected to make a new high. Certainly this one leg, this second leg. I saw that one bullish bar, that bullish bar, and that bullish bar triple test. It only took me out by a tick. It's so frustrating, isn't it? Do you know, I used to give it an extra tick sometimes, and now and again it made a difference, but it would have done there, but that doesn't mean it's not coming up, does it? So, oh well. Okay, moving on. Well, yeah, maybe right. Maybe right. Well, if I went from here, touched here, and I thought after it played out. Okay, is this the short? That's a lower high that's triggered. Yeah, I probably just haven't still cleared my head from yesterday, really. Let's just take some time, let it sort itself out. Okay. Okay, failure there. New high after that. Try to go once, try size failure. Failure's triggered. It's just too choppy, isn't it? Yeah, it's just so choppy and trappy. See if you took that short, triggered, and then stopped you out. Or did it trigger? No, it wouldn't have triggered you, would it? Or what? I don't know. No. Okay, not the end of the world. Yeah, see if you took that lower high, you're triggered. Or if you took the failure, you're triggered. That might come up and stop you out. That's the frustrating thing. There's so many traps, isn't it? It does make you wonder whether people... I mean, I know some people who just take traps, just go for traps. It's frustrating. Did look like a spike in channel, but oh well. Yeah, I think you might be right, Indy. Yeah, I just saw that bullish bar, and that bullish bar. I thought it's triple. What am I thinking of? Gone blank. Yeah, if you've had a tough time or something hasn't gone right, it really plays havoc with your psychology. It really does. I used to watch the Panda guy a bit, and he used to do okay, but lately he just seems to have collapsed. Sort of what I've been doing the last couple of times. He just sometimes once it's like you're getting into a ditch. It's pretty hard to get out. Yeah, there's nothing we can do with that, is there? Yeah, indeed, he's been struggling, hasn't he? He seems to have got himself in a bit of a ditch. Yeah, it just all I saw, it just looked like a spike and channel. I just saw that one, and that one along the bottom. But yeah, that's the trouble. See, I got a point and a half out of it, but trouble is because I go for a bit more. Yeah, so at the end of the day, if it's a trade that works, it's a good. Well, I say it's a good trade. It's a trade, and it's a trade. But that's the trouble, really. If you go for a little bit more, you can expect to lose more. I think it goes without saying. But to be fair, I expected it to come up. So, what was I going to say? That gorilla guy. I take it you signed up? Did you? Did you do a? I considered paying the $99 and just having him sort of running in the background somewhere up, out a screenshot, just so I could see. I'm more concerned with the way he runs his trade because that's what I try and do. Go for more points. Doesn't he? Does it on Zoom now? Doesn't he? Have you got to sign up to Zoom? I considered just paying for it for a month and just having it running on another screen just to keep an eye on, just to try and give me the more confidence to sort of run. You think I'm going to go down, do you? I haven't got a blooming clue at the moment. Maybe some shorts there. It does almost seem like it's sort of ranging a bit, doesn't it? I will tell you now. There's a I'm going to set my stream for tomorrow, but there's a possibility I won't be trading tomorrow. I've got to go and take a family member for an operation and pick him up. So there is a possibility. If I don't turn up, you know why. Yeah, so that's a place where I may have possibly taken one right on the bottom, but I'm just not at the moment. It's not very, I mean, it's, what is it? It's about 3-4 points top to bottom, max. Okay, so that would have triggered. So if I'd have taken that one, that would have triggered. Let's say I'd have had me order up here, one tick below there. It's always a way in it when you don't take them. They push up. It just looked like it was sitting nicely on the bottom there. Say lower high, higher low, whatever. Yeah, fair enough, mate. No argument there, mate. Yeah, I followed her a bit, bud. What's her name? She's a British girl, isn't she? Mindfully Trading. I listen to her meditation thing sometimes. Where is it? Yeah. Yeah, mindfully trading. She's called. British girl. Yeah, she's still starting on a barge, on a boat, on a canal boat initially. I think she's moved to a house now. But in the big picture, what are we expecting? I could not tell you, mate. Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I don't know whether we're going to get down a little bit of sideways, down again. Could be one leg. Another. I got no idea. Or we could come up into a range. It's just not very clear. Could have the push up sideways, another push up. No idea. We've had this channel down. We've had a break, couple of pushes down to a new low, push up, break, and then into this range. I couldn't tell you where it's going. I mean, because we've had that and a new low, and if anything, we're sort of slightly coming down. So I'd say it may be more likely slightly bearish, but I haven't got a clue, mate. Really. It's just so dangerous to trade this. I mean, if that finished bullish, you could say that was like a hidden second entry long, couldn't you? Or, you know, I do like the way it's sat on there if that goes bullish. Trouble is, you can so easily get stung here. It's just not worth it. Hey, Nick, how you doing? Did you hear, mate? I did get your message, but I was too scared to message you back. Yeah, I didn't have a good day, mate. I carried on trading and blew me accounts. Oh, I felt physically sick after. Literally, I felt physically sick. I felt so angry with myself. Yeah, I did hear your message ping, and I looked at it and looked away. But what I've decided to, yeah, look at that. It sat nice there. I thought it might be worth a couple of points, but trouble is it's 4 points from top to bottom, and the last couple of times it's gone off here, it's only gone here, isn't it? And it's a bit risky, I think. But I don't know if you heard what I've done is I've got a couple of evaluations while they're cheap, and I'm going to aim to get 2 PA accounts. I'm forgetting 5 or 6 or 7 at the moment. I'm aiming to get 2 PA accounts and trade them separately on separate days. So, you know, PA account 1, I'll trade that, say, on a Monday. If I lose a trade on it, I'll go on to PA account number 2. Effectively, then, I'll have a fresh start. If I'm unlucky enough to lose another trade on there, then I'll finish for the day or go on to a demo, and the worst damage I've done is 1 loss on each. So it sort of spreads the loss, it spreads the risk, and it's not, you know, if you've got 1 PA account, that's it. And if you start to struggle on it, you've just got the one, you know what I mean? It's sort of shit or bust, really, in a way, isn't it? But if you've got 2, at least then you've got a chance of spreading the risk a bit. So I'll just give it a try. I've got to try something. Yeah, I agree with you, mate. I took that trade. It was in the middle of a range. I shouldn't have taken it. I should know better that, you know, you start trading around here, there's so many traps. Unless you're trading for a couple of ticks, but so many traps. And I should have known better. And as soon as I'd lost one, I was itching. I could feel myself itching to get into another one. And the next half crap trade I saw, we decided to do the same. What, you blew account as well, did you? Is that what you mean? Oh, I'll trade on after. You'll have to clarify that, Angela. But yeah, oh, it's so frustrating. I know I've got the skills to trade. It's just if the losses didn't affect me, I'd be okay. 90% off finishes tomorrow, midnight tomorrow. That's the 20th. What's the date today? 20. Yeah, finishes midnight Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. YDZ. I have to explain again. Sorry, Angela. Yeah. Oh, you traded on. Is that what you mean? Yeah. I mean, there's no limit to how long you trade. You can trade all day if you want. It depends what type of person you are. Depends if you lose, concentration quick. I suppose some people do. Like Indy just mentioned, he's going to go and have a sit out the back and maybe come back later. It's really a personal thing, isn't it? I know some days, I don't know, we had that news, didn't we? The market was crap all day. So I came back later and traded and got a trade. So yeah, I don't suppose it's a personal thing, isn't it? Possible second entry long off here. Trouble is, you got from there to there 2 points maximum. Second entry long off here. No, it's just too risky, anything like that. I think what I need to do is anything that's that thin, that's literally ranging within 4 points, I just need to stay out of. Because it just does not work. It's just too dangerous. I mean, you've really got to know what you're doing to be able to trade there. But just the fact that it's going sideways, there's a mixture of buyers and sellers because there's obviously some uncertainty. Are we going down further? Are we pushing up? Obviously uncertainty, which is a sort of an even mix. Love that idea. Also, you never blow an eval or PA trading live. The idea. Also, you have never blown an eval or PA trading live. You're 100% down for, and well, I would do as well as we spoke. Just accepting, logging off with a loss. Yeah, I know. That's enough. Okay, well, it's to take 5 more losses. You literally have to sign off and say you are going to sign up. Yeah. In fact, my wife yesterday said to me, "Do you want me to just come up and drag you away?" So that might be an option. I think I need to. Do you know the only frustrating thing is, for example, I would tell Dan I'm logging in every day after a dumb loss, and I would go back and force something else times 10. Yeah. See, I had about 6 accounts going yesterday. I shouldn't do that really. Not until I'm capable of holding them, because if I'm not, all I'm doing is throwing away 5 times the money. You're in that grey box again. Best to wait for the market to show direction. Yeah, Raj, you're right, mate. I'm not touching it. It's just, I mean, it's going between there and there, isn't it? Which is 3 points. You haven't got any room for manoeuvre there, have you? So, do you know the frustrating thing is I can set a plan and say, okay, so if I trade for 3 hours, and at the end of that 3 hours, I can say to my wife, come up and say, come on then, that's it. You know, I'll finish my stream and I'll go and pack it in for the day. Trouble is, I need to try and find the willpower to do it myself, because I can't, you know, carry on for the rest of my life with my wife coming and dragging me away from the computer. I have to try and find my own motivation in it, if that makes sense. I mean, I wish somebody could write a program that you could add to NinjaTrader that says if you lose, say, over $500 in a trade or 2 trades, when that trade's finished, it doesn't let you trade for, say, 12 hours. Or if you take 2 losses in a day, within you know, between $400 and $600, anywhere between there, it won't let you trade, but, you know, put another trade in for a minimum of 12 hours. I wish there was something that could do that. I don't think there is. I know you can go into Rhythmic and set a maximum loss for the day. Trouble is, I did that once, maximum $600 loss. The second trade I was in went into that $600. The trade cancelled, it didn't hit me stop, and it came back and it would have won. So that's part of the reason why I don't do that. And all you got to do is nip back in a NinjaTrader and cancel it. It takes a second. So if you're revenge trading, you've got that, you're fueled up, aren't you? You're buzzing. And it's so hard, isn't it, to control it? It is like someone, I was watching that creator, and she says it's called dissociation, where you sort of panic and stress, and you go into this to hell with the consequences, and you just trade on tilt, and then, you know, it's like someone else is in the driving seat. Yeah, need to treat this as a business. Right, and sell it right, mate. I couldn't agree with you more. I came and sat down here a few weeks ago and said to myself, right, I've got to play this like I would a business now, like I'm aiming to make money on it, blah. But it's that powerful. Those emotions are that powerful. Have a word with your broker. Trouble is, I'm with Apex. I don't know whether I can do that via and the trouble is, what do you class as a loss when it hits your stop loss? Because if you bring your stop loss down to secure profit and it hits your stop loss, you know what I mean? I don't know how you would do that. Or if we say, if I have a loss and it gets above $500, I don't want it to cancel me out the trade, but I don't want it to, don't want it to sort of set another trade. I don't know whether you can do something like that. It's bound to be something. You wouldn't think it would be rocket science, would you? I did, Sam. I had the one account and I got it up to about $7,500. I took a payment out of it, and I just had one bad day. I took one bad trade, took another bad trade, and it just went. I just never really mentally recovered. But the thing about doing the two is they're only about $17 at the moment. I don't seem to have a problem with passing evaluations. I can do that pretty readily now. And if I get two PA accounts, I can just trade them separately. So I've got sort of two, great article for traders. Linda Russia, put me on it. Put me on it. Let me take a photo of that. It's my skill level to trade is okay. I know a good trade. But it's when I take a loss, it just seems to cripple me. You need to have a rule where you call someone, Nick, if you take losses and log off. That person will talk you down. Should become natural at some point in time. Yeah, you might be right, mate. I need to do something, don't I? See, if I give out my number here, I'm going to have about 50 phone calls, all threatening me, threatening to break my legs if I carry on trading. Yeah, I mean, I suppose there's things you can put in place, but is it sort of fake, really? Do I, I don't know. Real trade mindfully, the book and journal. You need to do the journaling and not just read the book. Let's read it again. Traders Anonymous. My name's Lance and I'm a traderholic. Let me read that again. Trade mindfully, the book and journal. Trade, so it's a journal as well, isn't it? Yeah, someone said journal. In other words, as soon as you take a loss, write down something. Maybe, I don't know, I took a loss, X amount of points. I believe this is why I took it, blah, 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 blah. To a lot of traders, they have a good run and get a bit euphoric and then lose it after. Yeah, you're right. I think that's what I did. I did well. I at one point, I couldn't seem to lose. I had 18 green days in a row and I just couldn't seem to lose. I felt, on top of the world. In fact, I remember saying to my wife, it's not, can I do it? I am doing it. And I ended up taking a 2,000 payment. And I think after that, I had about $5,500 in there, a fraction over that. And my link was deleted. Ah, right, David. Yeah, you can't put links in on YouTube for some reason. It wasn't deleted, mate. You'll have to tell me or write it out. I've taken a photo of that anyway. Let me just scroll it back. Google fatigue New York Times. Let me just. Why isn't my mouse working? Okay, hold on a minute. Google. Let me just push that mic out of the way a minute. It's why you tilt. Google. No, mate. Decision fatigue. I'm missing it now. Where was it? Decision fatigue, isn't it? Right, I keep missing it. decision fatigue. New York Times. The phenomenon of decision fatigue has been found. All right, I need to extend it. Okay, the phenomenon of decision fatigue has been found in judges who are more likely to deny people at the end of the day. Beginning, is this the thing you meant? The thing you meant, Bob, was it? That's why you tilt. Yeah, Hugh. I don't think there are. I've used MT4 before when I was trading with currency. I don't know, mate. Not that I'm aware of. You would have thought there'd be something. I mean, if you're, let's say, for instance, you're trading from a bank or something, there'll be something in place that if you hit a certain loss, that it does something. I mean, if my losses go above 500, what I don't want it to do is cut me trade, because it just might be going towards your stop. It still might recover. Do you know what I mean? So I need to do something. One quote keeps me stop trading after 2 or 3 loses. Anyone has a plan until they get punched in the face? Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, I did consider hiring a big guy sat next to me with a hammer, just to give me a quick whack over the knuckles, just in case. There's something I missed. I think that's just tell us you're done and shutting down. This is your trading plan. We will understand. I think the trouble is, Angela, what I tend to do then is carry on trading, and that's the struggle. I seem to be okay when I'm streaming. But if you notice yesterday when I took my second loss, I shut the stream relatively quick. That's because I just had that powerful urge to keep trading, and I didn't want to do it in front of people. So the fact that I am streaming definitely helps. But I wish, I don't know what. I mean, this is common. It's common. I think it happens to most people. So, I mean, some people, have a little bit more. Some people have a bit more willpower than others. My willpower isn't brilliant, and I think that's definitely plays a part. I haven't got great willpower for some reason. Some things I have. You need strength. Yeah, you're not wrong. I have been trying to look. I was looking on YouTube earlier about trying to get a little bit more self-control, but I don't know. It's like that creator says. She went. It's called. It is so hard. Yeah, I'll tell you what I'll do. You might. Let's see if you can hear this. I'm not sure if you can. You might have seen this lady here, but I don't know whether it'll pick it up. But what it is, it's called dissociation. It's sort of like to hell with the consequences, and it's like someone's taken over at the driving seat, and it's that sort of panic where you forget the rules. It's fight or flight type thing. You forget all the rules. But she says to name that emotion that's making you feel like that, and that sort of helps harness it and stop it from happening. So, see, I've always had the theory that I've tried some of this stuff before and it hasn't really worked. So my theory has been I need to just keep doing what I'm doing, and it just takes time. Well, I'm not convinced I'm right now. I think I just have this feeling I'm just going to continue to do the same thing. So I think I need to pay more attention now to casinos. Would love me if I was generating a gambler. I think I need to try and focus on being more aware when I'm trading, being more mentally aware, because sometimes it's like you switch off and you go into autopilot. I was doing a little bit of research, and for things like willpower, meditation can help as well. It helps you, because the trouble is when we're trading, sometimes the emotions are going and we're in the zone, aren't we? And sometimes if you take a loss, it doesn't stop you. Sort of, whereas if you get used to meditating and come away and be more in the moment, that's supposed to help. So I think what I'm going to have to do now is, because I haven't focused a lot on that side of it, because I thought I just wasn't really a believer of it, if that makes sense. I thought, well, it's more time. Well, time's obviously an aspect of it, but I think I need to focus more on the work a little bit harder on the psychological side. But I think it's definitely about being present and not switching off and going into autopilot. Remembering to maybe, I don't know, self-assess, how do I feel? These emotions, what are they? And try and, I don't know, identify them and a way of managing them. Because it's stopping me from going further. I can obviously trade. I can obviously read the markets. Yes, I'm still learning and improving, but I know when there's a good trade, and all I need to do is just keep that patience until I see that good trade. See, I suppose me, really, I'm trying to sort of do too much, I think. Maybe trying to get 2 or 3 a day instead of just concentrating on one trade at a time. At the end of the day, you take a trade, take 3 points. Theoretically, you're done. You do that on one account, that's $1,500 a week. You multiply that by account. There's plenty of money you can earn by just doing one trade a day. So that's what I need to focus on, one good trade. In time, as my experience gets better and my deal with the emotions and things don't bother me as much, then I can think about maybe doing maybe 2 or whatever. But I think I need to focus on one good quality setup in a day and not think about anything else. Just focus on one quality setup. Get on the phone to someone, they'll talk you down. Yeah, I'm trying to find something. I've got this lady on here, and if I take a loss, I'm going to apply. I didn't a minute ago when I took that, but losses don't bother me so much on an evaluation. Strangely enough, I feel perfectly fine about that loss. It's just when I got onto a PA account, because obviously there's, it's that's where I am now. More accounts, one trade. Yeah, I think I need to focus on. The thing is, if I do 3 trades in a day, yeah, and I've worked my ass off to take 3 trades, you can guarantee at least one of those, maybe 2 of them, haven't been great setups. I might have got a bit lucky. So let's say I lose one, I win one, I lose one, or I win one, I lose one, and I win one. After 3 trades, I'm 1 trade up, minus 3 lots of fees. Whereas if I sit there patiently and take 1 trade, I'm still 1 trade up, minus 1 set of fees. So sometimes one good trade. Now I can spot a good trade. I know what a good trade is. We have this let's say for instance, we had this beautiful thing, 2 perfect legs up, beautiful big bearish bar, fitting below there, 2 perfect legs up. After this, clearly no breaks. Chances are this is coming down here. And if I can get 3 points once a day, that's all I need to do. Yeah, it is. It's not a lot. And, I try to go for 4 or 5 or more points. I think 3 points is perfectly doable, isn't it? Where's 3 points? They are. There's 3 points. That's not a massive amount, is it? Look at all this lot. You take that here, you're only coming down to about here. So one of those a day. If you wait for one good quality one a day, that's 5 trades a week. That's potentially $1,500. And then a year down the line, you times that by 10 or 20. You don't need to do a lot of trades. I have 5 accounts on the copier and just shoot to make 200 a day, which is not unreasonable. No, it's not. I think that's perfect, mate. Indeed, that is. And what it does that as well, Marco. He has 20 accounts, 10 accounts, and he does 1 trade a day. He trades 3 contracts, and he just goes for. Does he go for 6 ticks or 2 points? No, I think it goes for 2 points. So he goes for $200 a day times on 10 accounts. That's 2,000. That's $20,000 a month. And that's what you're getting paid. That's not what you're earning. You're actually getting more than that. I mean, that's $2,000 a day. 10 accounts, $200, $2,000 a day. That's silly money, really. Hey, Jonathan, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, completely new game plan. Did you check out that mentorship? The inner circle, is that what you mean? I had a quick browse last night. I was in the best frame of mind, mate, because I had some problems yesterday. I ended up blowing my account, so I was in a bad way last night. I was literally, I was drowning in my whiskey. Yeah, I mean, if you trade for 3 hours, one good quality trade isn't difficult, really, is it? I don't think you'd always get one good quality trade a day. Yeah, I had a quick browse on it. I'm gonna have another look later. He trades it's a different system, isn't it? Let me have a look. If I look on my history, let me have a look. How do I get history on here? History. There we go. Let me flip down to where I found it. I look at a lot of crap on YouTube. So I'll scroll down. Where are we? There we go. Yeah, that's it there, isn't it? The inner circle. Yeah, this is what I looked at yesterday. Inner circle. Yeah, there's a couple of videos. 3 videos I looked last night. He trades the E-mini, but he does it slightly different. To be fair, I wasn't taking it in very well last night because my head was fried from the me blowing me accounts. But yeah, I will have another look. But I did flick onto it because I wrote it on my desk. I've had super tough 3 weeks and I'm down 3.5% on my phase 2. Well, the fact that you're down there and you're still here talking to us is a good sign. Thumbs up for ICT. ICT, what's that, Hugh? ICT. Are you on about inner circle? Is that what you... I've missed some comments here, actually. Okay, there's a second entry long there.
Order filled.
There's a second entry long there. We're in this trend. I come in on a limit order. I managed to get in a couple of... Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. In fact, let me just straighten this up a bit. Okay. Right, okay, yeah, second entry long. I prefer it a little bit closer to there, but we are clearly going up. Oh dear, I think we're going to have 1 leg, 2 legs.
Stop filled.
Do you know what? It's as if they know exactly where your stops are. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Fife. Sam, sorry. Don't know why I could call you Fife. Sorry, mate. I'll look at that. Second entry long, rather key entry point. I'm definitely not in the frame of mind, am I? Luckily, I got on a limit order. It wasn't a massive risk. Yeah, in a circle. There's a series of videos. I'm going to have to go and have a look, mate. I'm going to have to go and have a look. Okay, 1 leg, 2 leg. If this finishes bullish... 1 leg, 2 legs. Let me just get this right. 1 leg, 2 leg. Okay. We've had 2 legs down. Let's see if this ends up bullish.
Order submitted.
That's bullish enough for me. Just because it's a perfect 2 legs down. Let's see if it triggers. 1 leg, 2 leg. Yeah, I do, mate. It's a perfect measured leg. If it breaks below there, I'll leave it. No, this isn't revenge trading. Revenge trading, I just buy and sell, and I'll 10 times contract. That's revenge trading for me.
Order submitted.
Okay. Perfect measured leg. I like the way it's done that twice. See if we can get some of this back. Leg, 2 legs. See, this looks like a channel to me. 1 leg. It's a perfect measured move down. Yeah, sorry, L. Kultar. Yeah, that's why I'm focusing on this now. I like that as a channel. There's a perfect measured leg down. So I think it's all right. So I'm going to try and ride this one. This is the type of trade I see the optic guy taking, the gorilla guy taking. Leg break leg. How does he say it? Leg break leg. See if we can get this money back. It's 2.75 risk. What was I down? 3 something, wasn't it?
Target filled.
Better. Okay. Finally, we're in credit. Okay. I do watch a lot of the Gorilla guy, and that looks like the perfect trade for him. You got a channel, leg, break, leg, perfect measured move. That relatively bullish. That one. I'd say it might come right up, I don't know, but I just wanted to get above there by about a point. So, okay, so that worked out all right. So at least now we're back in credit. Okay, so what he'll do in a lot of cases, he'll drop an order in. As soon as it hits this measured leg, he'll drop an order in around about a point and just risk a point. And in a lot of cases, you'll get 6 or 8 points out of it. Thanks, Angela. So, but I want to try and take more trades like this. It was what's the word I'm looking for? It was a visual second entry long. Now it was in the top third. It was near enough in the top third anyway. But there's no reason to come back into it really. I don't think, because we've had this push up, sideways push up. So oh well. Green again. Good on you. Thanks, mate. That's the hardest part in it, getting back green again. I didn't want to be too greedy. I thought I'll put it literally about a point above there, and that's where it went. So there is some congestion here, so I still expect it to go a bit higher. But so at least we're back in the game a bit now. So considering I took 2 trades with 2 losses, where were they? Yeah, that was a stupid trade, that one. I just saw that one, and that one. So did I let out? I've only taken 1 trade. Hold on a minute, what's going on here? Yes, it is. It is, bud. It is a new eval. Yeah, I just had a bad day yesterday and blown my accounts. I traded on, and I ended up trading stupidly. So yeah, I've had to sort of start again. But I've started with a slightly different strategy this time. Well, I say strategy, slightly different plan in mind. I'll sort that out later. That was the entry, wasn't it? That one. Was it that one? That was the entry, wasn't it? I think. Did I just take the 1 trade? I'm sure I took 2 trades, didn't I? What am I thinking? Oh, my head's gone blank at the moment. Okay, I'll sort it out after. No, it can't have been that one. That one. It can't have been that one that I took, can it? Okay, yeah, okay. What eval you trading? What eval? $50,000 one. They're the only ones I take. They're by far the best value. Yeah, leg break leg. I just try and focus more on these. I do watch a lot of that, the Gorilla Trader, and I like the style he uses. It's a visual second entry long. Maybe another tick high would have been a little bit more perfect, but it was a small risk. It was a 1.25, so a tick above, tick below, 2.25 point risk. Still booking weekends. Yeah, I drive weekends, mate. Certainly do. Fortunately, in the HEV business, you can earn 20 quid an hour. So you do a 12-hour shift, you can earn some, decent money. So interesting. What's going on here? Missed anything? Yes, mate. HGV, yeah, class 1. Yeah, weekends. Depends who I work for, but I can get like 23 quid on a Saturday, 26 quid on a Sunday an hour. So you know, some decent money. So working Saturday, Sunday gives me a full-time wage. And then obviously what bit I make on the with the evaluations. I've had a few of those lately as well. My pointing up for the Replicanto ones. I had 3 of them. I'm not sure how you get paid for that. I think you make about £12 out of them or something like that. So yeah, so what to deliver? Mainly fridge stuff, mate. Fridge stuff. So I just pull up on a bay, back into a bay, and they unload you. So it's pretty straightforward, easy work, mate. I mean, 12 hours in an Arctic, it's a doddle, mate. They're all nice and modern nowadays, all comfy, all air conditioned, heated seats, heated steering wheel, fridges. A lot of them have got microwaves in now, so yeah. And there's loads of work available. But that's the beauty. It enables me then to trade full time. Have you tried Tradeovate account by Apex? I haven't personally, no. I've not used Tradeovate at all. I've used MetaTrader 4 before. TradingView a little bit. And then, but primarily NinjaTrader. I'd say this is going up higher, I would, personally. But yeah, I like that. I watch a lot of the guerrilla traders. Now, what I will say is he does take a lot of risky trades, and he does lose more trades, but he makes a lot of points. So I watched him, and he took, in fact, it was I don't know, he was taking, it was a couple of legs back off here, and he took one trade, and it was about that far off, and it failed, he lost it, and then it had another push down, and he took it here, and it lost it again. But then when it broke out the bottom, he took it again, it pushed up and made 9 points. So he lost 6 points and made 9 points in a trade. Yeah, I thought that might do that. So he loses more and he risks more, but he's okay with that, because he says it's not about how much you risk in your losses. It's not about how many losses you take. It's how many points you take when you win. So a couple of people said he trades similar to me, whereas he swings his whole trade, whereas most others will take the fixed 2 points or a point or 6 ticks or whatever they do, and then they may have a separate runner. I tend to not do that. I try and run my whole thing if I think it'll go. Now, I went there and I took it. I think it was about a point above here. Usually, whenever it breaks a high, it usually does it a little bit quick. So I put it a bit there, and it got me. I got 4.5 points on it. Did I get 4.5 points? Yeah, I think I got 4.5 points on it. Now the gorilla guy, would have taken that, and he wouldn't have moved his stop until it bounced off there, and then he'd have put his stop here, and then he'd wait for the next swing high, and he'd put his stop there. Now, obviously, if you're trading a range, say 6 or 8 points from top to bottom, you know, it'd be stupid to take a trade from the top and let it run for 15 points, because it's just not going to do it most of the time. But something like this that could, and it may come back and take his 2 points out, but he'll do it enough and it'll make, what's that made now? So if you take it up to there, even if you got stopped out, so straight away, that's about where I go. It's probably a little bit more than 4 points. Probably 4.25, because I've, oh, in fact, no, tell a lie. I went off the top of there, didn't I? So let's just move that over. It looks like it's going to make a measured leg. So he wouldn't have touched that. So I took mine. It was about here, wasn't it? Yeah, that's about right. So if he'd have put his there, that's what he get. Well, he'd have put his there now. So he's guaranteed himself 2 points straight away. So he's got his money back. And in some cases, it'll come and take it out, but in a lot of cases, it'll push up. And I watched him take a trade, and he got 32 points out of that by doing that. I've seen him take quite a few at 15 points and 21 points and 9 points. So his stop will have moved from there. Once it pushed a bit higher, he'd have put his stop there. And if that pushes higher, then he'd move it to there, and he'd just continue to do that. And he's got no issues with letting it come back and take 3 or 4 points off him. Once he's played his stop, he won't move his stop then until it pushes up, and that's how he trades. But you are going to have more losses, and it's the same sort of strategy. You know, second entries failures, same sort of strategy. But he won't. You know, so he'd be up to here now. So straight away, off that 2-point risk, he's guaranteed himself 3.5 points. So if it comes back and takes him out, he's got no problem with that. If it goes up higher and comes back, that's what he'll continue to do. So I'm trying to learn more about the market so I can take that, because if you can take, you know, if you get a trade, one trade, and let's say, I don't know, you take 12 points off it, theoretically, you've given yourself 4 days of $300 off one trade. So I kind of like trying to take as much as I can out the market, but obviously, you know, when you're trading in this lot, it just doesn't work. Can't do it. So what I need to do really is let this shit ride and then try and take more points. You know, when we do something like this, I mean, it wasn't a great setup, but if I had taken that, and let's say it had been below the EMA, you know, you can get quite a lot of points off it, and sometimes it's just, I don't know, I just prefer to get more out. I still don't see why some people scalp a point. The trouble is, if you scalp a point, let's say you win 4 trades, you lose 1 trade, you can lose that 4 points, and plus commissions, you're in the red. It's a bit heartbreaking. Okay, so that's pushed right up there for that measured leg. 1 leg, 2 legs. So if I had held on to that, and I come up at that measured leg, I'd have got 8.5 points. So that's 2.5 days. What's that? 2.5 days profits there in one trade. So that's what I'm trying to do. Just push it up a little bit more. The trouble is, if you do that, you've got to be prepared to risk something like that. Now, that was relatively bullish. But the bit that got me interested, it was a perfect measured leg break leg. And at the moment, we seem to be bullish at the moment. So it worked, but it wasn't a massive risk. Yeah, it was only 1.25. 1.5, is that right? Less than that. Oh no, 1.25. So a tick above, tick below. It's only a 1.75 risk, so it's a small risk. And that gave me 4 points. No, tell a lie, 4.5 points. So 1.75 risk, that was like a 3-to-1. A 3-to-1. So at least it's got me back in the green anyway, that's the main thing. Let's have a look. Yeah, working weekends is all right, mate, to be fair. I like to get out of the house sometimes. It's a doddle, mate, driving. There's so much work. SUV driving, so much work. And it's pretty straightforward. You get a lovely, nice, comfy wagon, and you just deliver. That's it. And I sent you an email just for your information, as it's quiet. Oh, mate. You sent me a couple the other day, and I actually looked again in the evening. I was trying to figure out what was going on. I sort of get what you're saying. I sort of get what it is. You're using the Fibonacci retracement tool, aren't you, to figure out where? But I just don't understand it, mate. It's because we use. Is it just one picture? Let me look. Yeah, it is. Today's pattern 231 point drives down 19 retrace. I don't understand it. Let me have a look. So you've gone up, you've come down, you've gone up. push down one, and you made sort of 3 legs up, and then you push down again. I'll have to have another look at it later. I don't quite fully understand it, mate. Yellow drives down, pink drives up. Yellow drives down, pink up. So I take it you never trust a frog. Oh, you make me laugh, mate. You do. I think we need a bit more humour on here, actually. Okay, so taking back after that push up, see, the Gorilla Trader will still have had his stop there. So it's funny that it's bounced. Let's see if it goes up. I'll have to have another look at that. Do you, Dave? Do you swing trade yours? I'm assuming you try and swing trade these moves out, don't you? Is that what you mean? I like that, mate. Reminds me not to take Muppet trades. I like that. I like that. See this here. 1, 2, 3. That's like a triple test, isn't it? That I like that. Let's have a look. No, we've had a break and a push high. Let's leave it. I kind of like that. It's like 1 push, 2 push. It's like 2 pushes down, isn't it? In a bullish bar. Shall I take it? 1, 2, 3. We've had a break now. Let's leave it. Okay. I don't think it's too bad. We've got 1 push down, 2 push down, and we've had this bullish one. That wasn't, but it is 1, 2, 3. It's a triple test, isn't it?
Order
it's
submitted.
A triple test. 1, 2, 3. Now let's leave it.
Order cancelled.
It's got. Yeah, it's probably okay, but we've had a break out of this and a few pushes ISO. Let me just check. There's no bigger channel running there. Possible. See, I like where it sits. So we've had this break and we pushed that, we pushed that, we pushed that. We made this measure leg. So that is like 1 push, 2 push. What's the risk? It's a small risk. No, let's leave it. Okay. Where were we? I'm happy to chat at the moment. It's just nice to be green.
Order filled.
It does look like a triple test to me. Let's just go to these highs. 1 push down, 2 push down. It does look like once, twice, 3 times. 1, 2, 3. 3 times it's come down and tested this line. Okay, where are we? I look at the bigger measured moves and trade the smaller ones. Yeah, see, the trouble is, once you get into these strategies, it's quite hard to swap around them and change things. Do you know what I mean? Let's have a look. Okay, that looks to me like it's slowly grinding up. I'll just come back in a sec. So we've had this 1 bounce, 2 bounce, 3 bounce. Beautiful bullish bar. Ended up on its high. Does look like it's slowly grinding up, doesn't it? Let's leave that there. Let's put that just above where there might be some stops. It does look like it's grinding up. It's come back once, twice. It's had 2 pushes down. Beautiful bullish bar. Once, twice. There's clearly 3 pushes below this line. So I think that's okay. It's clearly grinding up slowly. So let's leave that there, 68. So it's a 4 points. 4 points. It's all right, I'll come back to the chat in a sec. Let's just run this out. Yeah, this looks like it's got the beginnings of a nice long push-up. Hmm. One, two, three. 3 hits off that. I might get out of this, I think. Let's have a look. There's some buys there and some buys there, so this may blast through us. 1, 2, 3.
Stop filled.
Okay, got out for that. Minus a tick. Okay. 1, 1, 2, 3. It just had 2 pushes. 1 push, 2 push, 3 push. Oh, and now it goes off. Look. Okay. That's frustrating. Yeah, it's come up and it's pushed down once, twice, 3 times below that line, and on the 3rd time, it's a beautiful bullish bar. Okay, I'm out of it. Minus a tick anyway. I can't deal with that. Bigger risk reward has been awesome for me. I was doing 2 for 1 for several months, profitable, but notice my winners kept going out. Yeah, larger risk rewards. It's magic, but my discipline is far beyond most. Yeah, I think the thing is, if you are going for more points, you're probably naturally going to get a little bit more losers. But I suppose if the overall bigger picture is you're going to win more money. Never mind the buttons. Trades always seem less control when using them. I never use the buttons. Trades. Never use. I'm not sure what you mean there, Sam. I never use the buttons. Those buttons seem to. Oh, I see what you mean. Up here. I save those specially for when I revenge trade. Okay. Yeah. Be careful of that. Yeah, I only use those. I use them when I revenge trade, mate. If this is coming down now when I'm revenge trading, I'll just go sell, sell, sell. I'll hit it 3 or 4 times. Sometimes I'll just go full on 10 contracts. You just do anything you can to try and get that figure up. It's horrible. Hit the buy market 1 year. Sometimes if I have an order and it kicks me out and I see it's triggered above, sometimes I'll quickly buy because I want to get in on the trade quick anyway. And it's been okay for me. Let's say I've got a beautiful bullish bar there, say, and it trigger. I right click and get an order and it kicks me out. On the odd occasion, I will quickly hit the buy button. That gets me on the trade. What's he saying now? You have a fixed 5 to 1. Even if it's 2 ticks from the target, you won't move it. That's the thing, isn't it? It's knowing where, because if I look at the gorilla guy, he doesn't necessarily have a fixed target. He just tries to squeeze as much. So, like, I took that one. He'd move his stop to there. Then he'd move his stop to there. Then he'd move his stop to there. Then he'd move his stop to there. So at the moment, he'd still be in this trade. And he'd have guaranteed himself 4.25 points. Guaranteed. From 1 3/4 point risk. It takes him out, he's not a problem with it. What he'll do, obviously, if it's doable, I mean, if you're trading in a range like this, you don't want to just keep pushing, but you might have a fixed point at the top or bottom, but if we're getting a push up and then we've got this break leg, and he'll ride it up and he'll just keep on going. He'll just put it at the next swing and the next swing, and that's how he works. But I think people say he doesn't take less than 5 points or 6 points. So the beauty about 6 points is that'll take care of a couple of losses. I mean, at the moment the ATR is low, so the average bar with a couple of ticks is 2.5 points. So or locking 1 to 1, and then it's free trading ahead. Yeah, I sort of I thought about 1 to 1. But what I tend to do, if I go back and look at my winning trades, or let's say the good trades, the good setups, they always seem to go for more. Now, obviously, as I said earlier, if you're in a 6 point range from top to bottom, the chance of going for 7 or 8 points or more is a little bit tougher, isn't it? But, if we're in a downtrend like this and it comes back up twice to the EMA, he'll just short it and he'll keep his stop there till it comes down, comes back, and produces a new swing. Then he'll bring his order down there, and then he'll bring his order down there, and then see that swing high there, he'll bring his order down there. So if he took a trade from here, straight away he'd be making, what's that, 2, 4, 6, 8 points. And this trade, this is one of those days, low ATR, it could just keep on going to the top. So at the moment he'd still be in there. So I'm just trying to focus on getting more points as much as I can out of a trade, because the good thing about making more money in a trade is it does cover your losses, and ultimately you want the balance tipped in your favour. If you can get a nice 10-point trade a couple of times a week, that will more than cover a few losses and a couple of losses and more than give you a good balance. I did try 1 to 1, but I do like his theory about getting as much as he can out the markets. So right now he'll probably move his to maybe below there. So he's secured himself 5.25 points guaranteed. If he wanted to come out there, I suppose he could take 8 points, 8 3/4 points. You get up to the top there, 9 points. If you ask me what is my perfect amount of money on average for a day, I'd say $300. You took 9 points there, you've got 3 days worth of profit in one trade. And your risk was 1.75 points. So that's what I'm trying to do, get as much as I can. But obviously, you can't do that on every trade. As I've said, if you trade in a small range, it just doesn't work because you get 5-6 points and then it comes down. So you're never going to get the same runs. But if you do get this type of thing where, we're building up to something, I'm just going to try and hold on to it as much as I can. But you are going to get a couple more losers. But if you're taking, on average 2 to 3 times the average profit of the average other trader who trades this, you're going to be better off. So look at that. So I took that one. The 3 pushes down, 1 push down, 2 push down, 3 pushes down, followed by a beautiful bullish bar. I came out of it minus a tick, but I'd have been in there now. So what I've got to do is just let my trades run, as a potential 3 points just to the high there. So push up. I should have just let it run. I came out minus a point, but that's the trouble about confidence and belief. Let's see if we got anything from Mac. Yeah, so if I'd have ran that, I'd have been in this trade still, and that would have been 3 days worth of profit straight away. Let's see if we got anything from Mac yet. No, nothing yet.
Stress is rising.
Sorry if you heard something there. You might have just heard that woman speaking. On a short at 4171. Yeah. Yeah, I just couldn't short at the moment. Market's clearly moving up. I'll sort that out after. It's all right. I was trying to work out what I'd done with it.
Order submitted.
Possible second entry long. Clearly still moving up at the moment. Yeah, it is a bit, mate. Lethargic isn't the word, I think, is it?
Order filled.
It's actually broken. Oh, it could have done with being a tick higher, that. Okay, so we get on. It's not a massive risk. 1.5 total. At least the risks are smaller today, that's for starters. Yeah, you say range, it's still slowly working up, isn't it? Doesn't look like a range at the moment. We've had sort of matching tops. Oh, like that. Don't like the way that just dropped quickly. I think it might be one of these days where it just keeps on going. I'm going to leave my stop back there, actually. Let's leave it there now, I think. At least I'm secure. I'm not taking a loss. 1, 2. There's probably some short strap there. So I've got a feeling, because it is looking smaller. The ATR is really small. I remember them saying, Al Brooks says, if we're getting lots of little small bars that are grinding up, jump on any second entry long. Breaks them highs. There's going to be some stops there, no doubt. So let's get as close as we can. Might be the top of a range, see, so I'm just going to leave it there and see what happens. Push up, go on. Push up, go on. If it gets above here, I think we'll be right. In fact, let's bring that down. So if it does push.
Stop filled.
Okay, it took me out. Oh well. What do we get? $200 out of that. Just something like that. Okay. I think if it pushes above there, there's going to be some shorts there, almost certainly there. But it could. Somebody mentioned a range. Trouble is, you can't unread that. So at least I got myself something anyway. That was 1.75 points, I think. 69. So half. Yeah, 1.75 points is going to push up, I think. Sometimes I need to have the confidence to leave it. It's almost certainly going to push above there, and if it does, it'll do it with a bit of vigor, I think, because maybe some shorts in there. Quite likely going to be some there. Big bearish bar. So once it gets above that, I can't see how it go that far and not push above there. Buyers are going to push it above there because there's going to be a load of shorts dump. There's no congestion here or anything that would stop it until we get above there. So I can't see any reason why that would stop. It was a second entry long. I thought, to be fair, it's a little bit, it wasn't clear. I didn't zoom in enough. It looked like it ticked above there, but it ticked below. But okay, it's a second entry long. And I just keep remembering that Al Brooks thing. Whenever you're getting lots of little bars slowly grinding up, jump on any second entry long, and it got me 1.75 points. So it's better than a kick in the teeth. Now that'll be interesting to see if that triggers. You could call that a triple test. I can't go short in a trend like this, to be honest with you, but there are people who will. And if it does trigger and it pushes up, it's going to have an almighty whack out the top. See, I can't go short in an uptrend. As bearish as it looks, I mean, there's no argument that's a triple test. No argument at all. But we're pushing up, see, aren't we? So I just can't do it. It might not trigger anyway, but... so what did I get? 1.75 points. So plus 1.75 points. Okay, that was 4.5, wasn't it? Plus 4.5 points. Okay, loss. What was that? 591, 2.25. Minus 2.25 points. Sure, I had another one here, didn't I? Ooh, look at that. That is so tempting. That is so tempting, but we're too close to the high, so I'm going to leave it. If it pushes above there, it's going to go off like a rocket. That is so tempting. But I'm going to leave it because that is a triple test. And it could sting you, so I'm staying well away. But if it does break above there, you're going to have a shitload of shorts in there, surely. 90% just for 1 month. Does it roll over? It rolls to 80%, bud. So it's 90% for the first month and then 80% for the second month. I can't see how they won't make 80% permanently, to be honest with you. I think they'd be much better off doing that because, as Sam will agree with me, he'll be getting some money off these evaluation commissions off the evaluation. And you don't sell many when it's half price. When it's 80% off, they go up tenfold. Oh, that's going to push through there, look. It's either going to push through there or it's going to come down like a rocket and take out a shitload of longs here. Personally, the way it's pushing up, I think it's going to push up there. Now, there'd have been a time where I'd have put a one point order up here, but I don't do it now because it's got a bit scrappy. So in other words, put a buy order with just a 1 point. Let's see what happens there. See, that is a triple test. Triple tests don't look any more prominent than that. And that is a beautiful bearish bar. Now that's a lower high. Now I can't bring myself to go short in an uptrend, although it does look like a range, doesn't it? Trouble is, when it's like this, it just could go off violently. And what I don't like when it does that is your stops don't necessarily mean a lot because they push straight through your stops. Okay, so that now is a second entry longs. You can have think how many shorts you can have in there. You can have after that double top, you can have shorts there, yeah? You can have shorts there for certain. With a lower high, you can have shorts there. So it could come crashing down or it might shoot off like a rocket. But you say it's a range, the top of it's a range, but the bottom seems to be going up. So I ain't getting involved. Then I have it's got to come down, isn't it? There'll be some longs there, some longs here probably. Is it going to come belting down, or is it going to turn tail and just wham off? It's got to come down, isn't it? Quite glad I got out when I did, because I may have held up for it to be pushing above that. See, so I'm quite glad I got out when I did. So, see, I'm not massively convinced that's the best looking range. It's clearly moving up somehow, but if I went from here, touched here, I'm not massively convinced. Okay, yeah, we got a max chart. Let's have a look. See what Max got for us. Not junk. Yeah, this is a battle in it between buyers and sellers. The buyers want above there, I'd say, because if it does get above there, it's going to do it with some vigor. There'll be short stops there. Yeah, Max got it the same, I think. Let's have a look. So he's got this push down, same as me, then the break, push up, sideways, push up. So from that very bottom one before it goes up. Okay. Right from the very bottom one before it goes up. Yeah, that's where his channel is. Got that the same. Yeah, okay. Right, okay. The plot thickens. So, okay, so after it pushed up and had a double top with that big bearish bar, there's almost certainly going to be some shorts in there. After we pushed up again, triple test, beautiful bearish bar, there's almost got some certainly going to be some shorts in there. Lower high on its low, shorts in there. Failure. Possibly taking out some longs. It's got to come down like a rocket, isn't it? Or is it going to... That's so interesting, isn't it? Trouble is, if you go for a range, the bottom of the range is around about here, isn't it? So it's just too dangerous to trade, in my opinion, this. I'd save this for revenge days. Okay, let's get rid of that. Oh no, oh no. Okay. Okay. You're short, are you? Yeah, I'd say it's probably going to come short, but would you take it on the failure? I think it's dangerous because it might shoot back up. Trouble is, obviously Mac teaches us not to counter trend trade, doesn't he? At the moment, trend's going up. Yeah, you got this triple test, but I'd much prefer a triple test on the bottom going up, not on the top in the middle of an uptrend. So, okay, so if there'd have been some longs there, it's actually come down and bounced there, so it could just shoot back up. Looks like it's a bull trap. It does, but how many more bulls you got in here? There's probably some bulls there. But it could be a bloody short trap as well, couldn't it? Think how many shorts you got in there. And we are pushing up. So really, what are the smart traders doing? Are they the smart traders going long, trying to push it above this lot? Because be interesting to see that. Trouble is, if it does go off, it could go violently. And I hate trades, being in trades where they move quick, because they eat through your stops like a hot knife through butter. Lost another trade here somewhere, didn't I? Yeah, it was here, wasn't it? Can't have been there because that one wouldn't have got stopped out, would it? Oh, I took a loss. I took a tick loss, didn't I? Yeah, I took a tick loss. Okay, so yeah, I think the shorts are going to get battered here. I do. If it gets above there, it'll take out some failures. If it gets interesting, it could go up or down quickly. Now, this is a breakout of this channel, so you would expect it to make a new high, and that's a very attractive place to go to have, to take profit up here. And I'm $30 off my daily goal, but I don't like this action, and I'm not willing to risk it. I've made for $30. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm calling it a day. Yeah, good on you, mate. See you next time. Good luck. Thank you. You too. What if it's a bear trap? Yeah, that's why I'm not getting involved. It could be either, couldn't it? Put it this way. At the moment, I can't say there's can be some buying maybe here or here. I think there's a lot more damage to be done to the shorts. And bearing it in mind, we are in an uptrend at the moment. So when you have a break, you would naturally, I mean, we've pushed up, we've gone a little bit sideways, you would expect it then to make a new high. And if it does make a new high, it's going to eat through a shed load of stops. So it could go either way, really. That's why I'm not prepared to go in. I'd say the likelihood it's going to push up is more for me than short, but obviously maybe 60, 70% likely to push up, which is obviously not worth a trade. Not that there's really any setups there, but okay, so if you took that failure, your stop's still intact, so new high, try to go once, try to go twice, failure. It's triggered you, and your stop's still good. Just trying to think how far it needs to come down. There's going to be some there, probably. And the rest is probably here. And here. Okay, so it's broke below there. Nothing really. There may be some in there, which is down here. Possibly some down here. I don't know. I think it's going to push up. I do. Excuse me a sec. I'm just going to take a quick bathroom break. Okay. Oh, that is so tempting. So tempting. We got a break. Oh, so tempting. I'm not, though. I just can't get involved in here. It could go either way, really. I think you could say it's 50-50. I mean, I'd say, looking at that, there's going to be a lot of sellers there. So I think it would be difficult to push it up there, but I'd say it's 50-50 where it's going to go. I mean, we got this trend. You'd expect it to make a new high, but who knows? Could have one leg, two leg. Taking out the stops and then push up higher. Who knows? I did look at that and consider coming short. Trouble is, if you are wrong and it does come up and your stop's here, it probably push straight through your stop. That's the extra worry in areas like this, see? You know, we put our stop there. I mean, what's that? 2 points. So it's 2.5 points, tick above, tick below. But if it goes up there that dramatically, you could take you out for 4 points. One leg, two leg. Gets above here. Maybe some fairly trapped there. Okay, I think it's going to rock it now. I want one of a short in here. That's gone up too far not to push above there. Strong buying, that is. Good on you, mate. 187, respectable amount. Cryptos have dropped a bit this morning. Bitcoin dropped $1,000. I'm assuming that was a big sell, that was. My Cardano's down 4.5% today. Solana's down 6.5% today. HBAR's down 6.5% today. Oh well. Now we can have an overshoot. It's gone really slow, isn't it? Yeah, as much as I think it's more likely going to push up, especially after this buy-in. The trouble is, I don't like getting involved in trades like this where there's lots of sellers and buyers trapped, because usually when it does eventually move in someone's favour, it does it quickly. And they just eat through your stops, and you end up, your 2.5 point stop turn into a 4 point stop in the end. And that's why I don't like getting involved. I've been involved in these. One thing I am learning not to get involved in these areas. Maybe not so bad if you're maybe just trading for a point. But I just can't bring myself to trade for a point. It's too stressful to go through all this just to get 1 point out of a trade. So if I'd have if I'd have got 1 point there and 1 point there, I'd have lost 3.5 points. I'd have been down 4.2, so I'd have been down $400 odd. Is that right? No, tell a lie. 3.5, 4.25 points. Yeah, I'd have been in the red. So it does pay off to go for more points, especially if you lose as many as I do lately. Oh, look at that. That's a few ticks away. It's going to push up quick, that. Yeah, I used to have a 1 point order to sit above these areas. Interesting. I still think it's going higher now. I don't know, my experience of sitting watching these when they're slow grinding, they eventually get where they want to. Tell you what, just out of interest, I used to put an order above these, one tick above these, with a 1 point profit. Let's leave that there and see if it does trigger, whether it pushes straight through that. If it does push above there and trigger, I think it's fair to say that it's very likely going to hit a point. Sometimes when it does that, it goes up and down really quick. But I think from memory, it should quite comfortably make a point. So if it does trigger above there, you're going to have a lot of stops in here, I think. So I think it's very likely just to pushing it to stop. Interesting. Okay, lower high. I just can't bring myself to trade that. It could go anywhere. We're clearly moving up. We've had a break. I think it's more likely it's going to go up, but I don't know. It might be 60-40 that it comes down. I got no idea. And the trouble is, as I've said, they do it quite with a bit of speed, and they can eat through stops. In fact, after this finishes, whatever we do up or down, I think I'm going to knock it on the head then, I think. I'm up just over a couple of $100 after fees, so that's not too bad considering. Yeah, I'm going to, but I'm not trading again. Just out of interest, I want to see what this does. And then that's me done for the day. I won't be trading again. I'm nicely up. That's a good start. Excuse me. I just want to see where it eventually goes. There's certainly, I would say, more shorts trapped than longs for certain. You know, if any longs were here or here or here, they're all out now. Maybe some in here, but failing that, there's not a hell of a lot of longs in there, I don't think, unless you went from here or something, I don't know, but I can't see that pushing down there strong enough to get out. It's starting to move quite quickly now. I'm not a fan of these little quick movements. Ooh, could be a quick movement in a minute. Hey Tech, how you doing? You didn't jump in at a very good time, mate. It's been doing this for a while. Yeah, I don't think it'd be a terrible place to put an order over here, up over here. A buy order with 1 point profit. Quick $100 if you take an air. If it doesn't trigger. We've had this push down. We've had a push up. Quite likely going to get another push up. Maybe a 1 point. I'm not going to do it. Maybe a 1 point profit. Half a point stop. Because if it does trigger, it's likely going to go. Whew. It's like a bull flag on the 1 minute. That's a bit. Yeah, it does. Push up. I expect it to go higher now after that buy-in.
Order submitted.
I'm just going to put one point there. It's just a 1 point risk, 1 point profit, because if it does break above here, I'd say it's likely to hit a point pretty quickly. I've only done that one contract. Well, until we break above it, it won't trigger anyway, so just a $50 risk on each one, $50 profit. If it does break above there, there's almost definitely going to be some shorts in there, and I think it's going to push up at least a point. But I've got a 1 point risk, 1 point stop, so it's only $50.
Order submitted.
Come on. I was one tick off it. Get up.
Stop filled.
Okay. What was that? $25. It did hit it anyway. I would have thought it would have jumped a lot more than that, but it would have made anyway. So I was just proving a point there. Quite often does that when you get a lot of the build up. What's it gone up? But 1 leg, 2 leg. I got, what was it, $25, better than a kick in the teeth. It does that a lot though when you, I mean, there's going to be shorts there. There's going to be shorts there. Sometimes it can pop back a bit though, but usually when it does have that initial push, it was a tick off a point. Trouble is, it takes it to hit it, so it's got to make 5 ticks, isn't it? But my order was here, so yeah, I think it went to it initially, but yeah, it's done a point. I think it was always going to. I used to do that quite often, and it always used to work. But I used to do it for 2 points, and sometimes it'd come up. Trouble is, I do it for 2 points, and I only did it for a 1 point risk, and occasionally it come back a little bit and then go higher. But it was definitely going to take out some stops there, which is why we had that quite push. But well, I jumped out a bit early, panicked. It was only if it was only one contract, so it was only $50, but $25 over to what's it? So there we go. That's it for the day. Let's put that back how it was. 2 contracts. There we go. Okay, so it was a quarter of a point actually I made, which I lost on that one because I got out, although it went up eventually, I got out -1 tick, so that cancels that out. So let's leave it there. So there you go. That's it for the day. So a bit better day today. A bit of a clearer day today. At least the one thing I noticed, it doesn't stress me out losing trades on an evaluation. Now, an evaluation is obviously one step up from a demo account. I mean, yes, you're on a demo account, but you're on a demo account of PA. But this is obviously the possibility of making money. And I used to find them quite stressful, but I don't find evaluations stressful at the moment. Hey, Lance, day done on that trade. Hope your relative has successful surgery. Yeah, it's fine. It's a pretty straightforward thing. It's a cataract, actually, so it's just, yeah, it's pretty straightforward. But thanks for that. So better day today anyway, so at least we're up a bit today. But yeah, they don't stress me out evaluations anymore. They used to. Trading evaluations, if I was sat in a trade, my neck used to feel like it was in a vice, but I don't get that now. So I'm hoping with 2 PA accounts, trading them separately is going to take the edge off it, because when you've only got one, that's it. It's you sold one, you mess that up, you got to start again. It's another 7 days and blah blah blah. It's not even the money really that I got to pay, because it's not huge amounts. It's not the money. It's just that that desire to make it work. So I did have a feeling it was going to be one of these days. Lots of little candles slowly grinding up. Might even keep on going, but yeah, it's so hopefully with 2 PAs, I'll alternate them. I'll trade one on one day, one on the next, unless I take a loss. If I take a loss on the first PA, I'll move to the second PA. So what I've done there straight away, I've zeroed it out. I've given myself a fresh start. And if I do take another loss, I've taken 2 losses, but I've only taken 1 on each. So it's spread the risk a bit. And I think that might have a little psychological effect. It might just take the edge off it. So I think it's maybe a better option, but you've got to try something, haven't you? So I'm going to work on my psychology and try and prepare myself mentally for a loss. I'm going to try some meditation. I'll start doing that, because quite a few people have said meditation helps, because it helps you stay mentally present instead of switching off. So I'm going to focus more now, because it is a journey, isn't it? I've had plenty of times where I've fallen flat on my face. I've taken 125, or what am I on, 124 evaluations. So I've always been a trier, and I've never wanted to give up. And if I get a bee in my bonnet, as they say over here, I just keep on going. I don't like, because I can't do something, and I do like the challenge of sitting here. So I just need to figure out where I might went wrong and just try and put some new actions into to try and sort it out. So I kind of like the idea of the 2 PA accounts. And I'm hoping with time, the feeling of loss won't, be so prominent. But it's clearly different when I'm trading the valuation. I used to stress me out. They don't anymore. It doesn't really bother me so much anymore. So I'm getting, as I'm getting used to the losses, they don't affect me so much. So hopefully the 2 PAs might just take the edge off it and just take the sting out the tail as such. But yeah, it's a journey, absolutely. But think how good you're going to feel in a few years when you're earning nice money and you're taking some nice holidays, and all the hard work and all the frustration and the blood, sweat and tears. It's all been worth it. But at the end of the day, if you want stuff in life and you want a better life, you've got to be prepared to go out and work for it, haven't you? The potential earnings you can earn in this business comes with a price. It's incredibly hard to be able to to be able to learn it and do it. I don't know what that is or not, but if it was that easy, everyone would be doing it, wouldn't it? But I believe that if you work hard enough and you want it bad enough and you believe and you do everything you can, then I think you'll eventually get your rewards. But the potential earnings in this business are phenomenal. And that tells you straight away that it's not easy. So that's me done for the day. We are on Thursday tomorrow. There is a possibility I might miss it. I might be late. I don't know. But I intend to trade, and hopefully everything will go okay. It's just picking the person up, that's all, because they're just having a cataract done. So they can't drive. So that's all. I'm dropping them off early in the morning, so I should comfortably be back. But there you go. So that's it for today. So I'm going to save my chart image. Don't forget that the 90% off finishes midnight Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. So if you want one, codes there. If you use it or you have used it, it's appreciated. They cover my trading costs and enable me to trade Monday to Friday, and with what I earn weekends as well. The two go together and get me. So there you go. So I appreciate all your comments and the nice chit chat. But I like to try and be honest about what's going on with my accounts. You know, I know a lot of people that stream don't show all this, the amounts and all that, and you know they might block out this, but you know, I'd rather just be honest and say, look, I'm finding it hard, I'm having some trouble. I mean, you guys have seen me trade enough to know I can trade, but I just need to keep my patience. You know, I can clearly recognize the markets and channels, and I can clearly spot good trades. So I've learned enough to be able to do that. I just need to marry it up properly now and work on the psychological side and try and mentally prepare myself to deal with losses a bit more, because it's all part and parcel of it, isn't it? So that's it. So I'm going to love you and leave you. So if you're carrying on trading, good luck. Have a nice evening. Stay safe. And we'll do this all again tomorrow. So that's it. Take care.